We agree.
Mr. Nelson, did you have a back half of your answer to Justice Gorsuch's question? He asked whether there was a taking when the foreclosure occurred, and you said there is a colorable argument. Is there a but to that?
There's a colorable argument that so the question was I believe there's a colorable argument that there's a taking when title passes. The but I would add is the question is title passes, what portion of the bundle of sticks is actually being taken? Because if the property is worth, for example, the same as or less than the tax that's owed, and the property is foreclosed upon, the property is received in payment of the tax, and there is no taking at all. So the interest that's being taken, if at the time of the right of redemption expires, would be the equitable interest. And I don't believe that there's actually a difference between the respondents and the petitioner on that point. It's not the entire home.
And when you said the taking, whatever it is, occurs at when the title passes, which is, I think, the same thing that Mr. Liu said, that might be different than when the foreclosure occurs. Is that correct?
The title will not fully pass until the right of redemption expires. So the right of redemption here expired 21 days after the foreclosure judgment was reinstated. Typically, that occurs under Michigan law on March 31st of each tax year. Thank you. With regard to some of the discussion with regard to the issues, there was a question with regard to safety valves that Mr. Liu indicated. For the court's purposes, I would point the court to sections, Michigan compiled laws, section 211.78H, 78K, and 78Q, for the purposes of identifying how Michigan law, like the law of most states, provides for ways for property owners to avoid foreclosure where they are unable to pay or there are issues with regard to disability that would prevent them from paying. With regard to the question, there was a statement with regard to the federal government about what the IRS anticipates receiving from a forced sale. The IRS typically only forecloses on properties that they believe will sell. The states, when they are foreclosing on properties where there is no where taxes are delinquent, there is no such selective process. They simply foreclose on all of those properties. Some of them are unbuildable lots. Some of them suffer from environmental contamination. Some of them are blighted, and they do not have an anticipation of sale. So typically, we would anticipate that the sale of that auction sales of tax foreclosed properties would be at a lower rate than IRS foreclosures.
Thank you, counsel. Justice Thomas.